You're sitting in your room right now, lights off, phone in hand, scrolling through another person's highlight reel while your own life sits on pause. Your school friend just bought a house. Your cousin got promoted again. That person you used to know is travelling the world. And you're still here, telling yourself you'll start tomorrow. But here's the truth that's eating you alive. You know you could be them. You know you have it in you. The only difference is they moved and you didn't. And today, that changes, because I'm going to show you exactly why you're stuck, what's really stopping you, and the specific steps to finally become the person you know you should be. No more waiting, no more excuses. Let's fix this. Here's what's actually happening to you right now. Every time you see someone else winning, there's a voice in your head. It says, we started in the same place, so why are they there and I'm still here? And the answer terrifies you, because it's not that they're smarter or luckier or more talented. It's that they were willing to be uncomfortable. And you weren't. While they were trying and failing and learning, you were preparing, planning, waiting for the right moment, the right feeling, the right conditions. And that moment never came because it doesn't exist. So now there's a gap between who you are and who you could be. And that gap grows wider every single day you stay frozen. But here's what nobody tells you about that gap. It's not made of missing skills or missing resources or missing opportunities. It's made of one thing only. Fear. You are terrified, not of failure. You're terrified of trying your hardest and still not being enough, so you don't try at all. Because not trying means you never have to find out. That's the real prison. Not lack of motivation, not lack of discipline. Fear dressed up as practicality. And your brain has gotten very good at protecting you from that fear. It gives you perfectly logical reasons to wait. It tells you you're being smart, being careful, being realistic. But you're not being realistic. You're being safe. And safe is killing you slowly. Here's the pattern you're trapped in. You get inspired, you imagine a different life, you feel the pull to change, and then right before you act, the fear kicks in. The voice says, who are you to do this? And you retreat back to scrolling, back to numbing, back to watching other people live. You tell yourself it wasn't the right time. You tell yourself you need more preparation. You tell yourself you'll feel ready later, but later never comes, and every cycle makes the thing you're avoiding feel bigger, scarier, more impossible, until you start believing this is just who you are, that some people are doers and you're a dreamer, that your friend has something you don't. But they don't. They're just as scared. They just decided that being scared and moving is better than being scared and stuck. And that's the decision you need to make right now. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel confident. Not when conditions are perfect. Right now in this moment, you need to decide that fear doesn't get to run your life anymore. Here's exactly how you do that. Step 1. Stop waiting for the fear to go away. It won't. Your friend didn't wait until they weren't scared. They acted with the fear, not against it. With it. You need to do the same. Pick one thing. The smallest possible action you've been avoiding. Not the big goal. Not the final outcome. Just one tiny step that moves you forward. Maybe it's sending one email. Maybe it's posting one thing. Maybe it's signing up for one class. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that you do it today while you're still afraid. Because action is the only antidote to fear. Not big action. Just movement. Just proof that you can. Step 2. Stop collecting more information. You don't need another video. You don't need another course. You don't need more preparation. You need to start before you're ready. Because readiness is not a feeling you wait for. It's a decision you make. Your friend didn't have all the answers when they started. They figured it out along the way. They were willing to look stupid, to make mistakes, to be bad at something long enough to get good at it. You have to be willing to do the same. Start messy, start imperfect, start now. Step 3. Change the story you tell yourself. Right now your identity is, I'm the person who plans but doesn't do. I'm the person who could have but didn't. That story is keeping you stuck. You need to write a new one. Stop saying, I'm not that kind of person. Start saying, I'm becoming that kind of person. Stop saying, I can't. Start saying, I'm learning how, because your identity isn't fixed. It's just a story, and you can change the story anytime you want. Step 4. Expect discomfort and do it anyway. You've been waiting to feel confident before you start. But confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after. You build confidence by doing the thing while you're scared, by proving to yourself that you can handle discomfort, by showing yourself that fear is not a stop sign, it's just a feeling. Every person you admire felt this way before they started. They just didn't let it stop them. Step 5. Stop treating failure like death. Your brain thinks if you try and fail, you'll be destroyed. But failure is just data. It's feedback. It's how you learn what works. The only real failure is never trying, because that's the one thing you learn nothing from. Your friend has failed more times than you've tried. That's why they're ahead. Not because they're better, because they're willing to be wrong and keep going. Here's what happens when you actually do these things. The first day is terrible. You feel exposed, vulnerable, like everyone is watching you fail, and you want to quit and go back to the safety of your room. But you don't quit. You do it again the next day and the next, and slowly something shifts. The fear gets quieter. The action gets easier. The person you are starts to look more like the person you want to be. Not because you transformed overnight, but because you stopped waiting for transformation and started building it one uncomfortable day at a time. And 6 months from now, someone is going to look at your life the way you look at your friend's life right now. And they're going to wonder, what makes you different? And the answer will be simple. You decided to move. You decided that the pain of staying stuck was worse than the pain of changing. You decided that you deserved to try. That decision is in front of you right now. You can close this video and go back to scrolling. Go back to the same patterns that have kept you frozen. Go back to watching other people become who you wish you could be. Or you can decide that today is different. Not because you feel ready, but because you're finally tired of your own excuses. The gap between you and them is not talent. It's not luck. It's not some missing piece. It's action. Just action. Repeat it over time until it becomes your life. So right now, before you close this video, I want you to do one thing. Pick the smallest action you've been avoiding. The thing that's been sitting in the back of your mind for weeks or months, and do it today. Before your brain talks you out of it, before fear takes over again. Before you convince yourself to wait one more day, do it messy, do it scared, do it imperfect. Because that's how you become the person you're meant to be, not by waiting until you're ready, but by starting before you are and figuring it out along the way. Your life is not going to start itself. You have to start it, and it begins the moment you stop being the person who watches and become the person who does. Right now, in this moment, make the choice.